Welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, the podcast for new and aspiring indie authors.
We're your hosts, Rachel and Rob, here to help guide you on your writing journey.
Join us each episode as we share tips, insights and practical advice to help you take the next steps towards becoming a successful indie author.
Whether you're working on your first book, navigating self-publishing, or looking to connect with fellow indie authors, this is a place for you.
So grab your notebook, settle in, and let's hit the road to your publishing dreams.
Because right in the end, it's just the beginning. Hello and welcome to Indie Author Roadmap with me, Rob Radcliffe, and
the amazing Rachel.
The amazing Rachel, and it is episode 21, and yeah, it's the middle of the Easter holidays, and it's just carnage here. How about you?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah. So This is kind of, I've had to just threaten all the children.
My kids are all grown up.
And it's still carnage.
Oh.
Yeah.
It does not get better.
Well, before I've come out here, I've just had to sit them all down and say, if you're hungry, eat. If you're thirsty, drink.
Yeah.
If you need a poo, don't ask me, just go. And don't talk to each other for an hour.
Yeah. Don't touch each other. Don't sit on the same sofa.
Oh, yeah, sitting on the sofa, massive corner seat. Is in my spot. Oh.
Yeah.
Or one of them will sit right on the edge and the other one will come right next to him. Like, what are you doing? Don't be a dick. Just.
Yeah.
You don't even like what they're watching. Why are you even here?
I had my grandkids the other day, the two littlest ones, and I said they both could have a glass of Coke, so I just poured them a Coke like a normal human. No, they're both measuring them. I'm like, Jesus Christ, my kids used to do this. It must just be an inbred thing.
Well, they just want to know which one is the favourite, obviously. You
Yeah.
know, it's just a tiny little bit more than the other.
Yeah. Now, luckily, I've got them both spot on the same.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
then it was down to who had the best colour cup.
Right. Okay.
It's important.
So yeah, it's the middle of, is it this Sunday, Easter Sunday? What's the date today? No,
Yeah.
it'll be going out on, we're recording on the 15th, but it'll be going out on
Next week.
Next week, yeah.
Yeah,
Saves
so
doing maths, doesn't it?
We'll have had Easter, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have had Easter.
You know how we do our introduction, and I always say I'm the amazing Rachel. Have you seen that anyone commenting on the YouTube now refers to me as the amazing Rachel?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing Rachel. Oh, and just Rob.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I know who commented. I was chatting to him the other day. It's author buddy Aaron, and he was saying how we've got great chemistry. Really? We've only actually met each other in person. Is it twice?
Yeah. Yeah, but both times we've got pissed together.
Yeah. And both times I got too pissed, funnily enough.
I think the first time I was also too pissed.
Yeah, I think, it was, I remember, that pub shot, and we were walking in Manchester, and I just kept falling over. And then you got on the phone to a missus, and Mrs. said, well, he just needs to stay there and get in a hotel.
Yeah.
But I did it. I got my way home. And the last time I got drunk, I felt really proud of myself because I'd eaten. But obviously the ratio of food I'd eaten to alcohol consumed afterwards was a little bit iffy, let's say.
Yeah.
And Adam had to put me in a taxi in the middle of London. And then I got out, pissed, can't remember, and just sauntered into a hotel lobby, which wasn't my hotel. Fell asleep in a chair. I can't remember any of this, I'm assuming this. Fell asleep in a chair in the hotel lobby. And when I did actually come around, it was some usher going, you need to leave. What are you doing here? And I'm like, where am I? Who am I? Yeah, so...
I got a Christmas card yesterday.
You're just a dickhead, aren't you? Of course you did.
I really did. It was posted in December and it arrived yesterday.
Why? Who off? Yourself?
No. It was from a friend that posted it. It arrived yesterday, and I'm like, but it's date stamped, something like the 6th of December. It arrived yesterday. I'm like, okay.
So it's not just you, is it? It's all your mates.
No, because they had posted it last year at Christmas appropriate time.
Jesus Christ, how much did that stamp cost? A penny?
God knows.
That's bottom of the barrel postage, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about pivoting, what did you say? Pivoting businesses,
Pivoting and making business decisions.
making business decisions. Talk about some of your pivots that you've made in your time.
Oh, God. Rewriting a book 5 times because I couldn't decide on how it should be. That was a indecisive. I think the word.
That was an indecisive decision.
Indecisive, yeah. Wrote it one way and then the other way, and then changed it back and
Why?
stuff. Market, because the market changes so fast,
Yeah.
and it was
See,
like,
I've seen a lot. I mean, people. There's one band, and this is the problem with when you're an indie author. You see lots of different opinions and think, and jump on the next shiny thing, and then think, oh, I'll jump on the next shiny thing, and like there is a band of authors that say, yeah, you need to write to market, which is
yeah,
fine. But if you don't, if you're literally just thinking, right, that's really good at the moment, I'm going to write novels about that. It always changes,
yeah,
and so I mean, you need to write what you love, and
yeah.
sooner or later it'll swing around, and that will be the new shiny thing of the moment. I'm guessing, you know.
Well, that's it. Because and I think people confuse writing to market with writing to trend. Because when people say writing to market, what they mean is actually writing a marketable book in the genre that you like, whereas writing to trend is jumping on a genre that you wouldn't normally write in. So like romantasy and stuff is big at the moment.
Yeah,
But
yeah, because yeah, writing to market would be to make sure that you have all the tropes and stuff that
yeah.
the readers would expect in that sort of book.
Mm.
Yeah, writing to trend is more the hot new thing at the moment. You know, examples, Rob. When Harry Potter came out, all of a sudden you'd see loads of wizard books. When E.L.
Oh,
James released 50 Shades, all of a sudden everyone was
everyone's
getting
right.
naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Onyx Storm was released recently, so everyone's writing dragons at the moment.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, so yeah, that's writing to trend, but it's hard, I think, if you don't write the genre.
yeah. I mean, I've often. I mean, my goal in my authory life will be I would like to write in every genre,
Yeah.
not like the subgenres, but every main genre. Like I'd love to do a western at some point, and that is a very different genre to what I'm writing, and that's why that's why I've pivoted this week
Well,
because
I know you're into the thing with being indie, and it's kind of a good thing as a bad thing, is when things shift really quickly, we can move on it really quickly.
yeah,
And
yeah,
sometimes it's a bad thing because you get swept up in it, and sometimes it's good because you were prepared for it.
yeah, and it does appear that I mean indies are ahead of the publishing curve anyway. It's all traditional publishers these days are jumping on the bandwagon and things that indies were doing 2 years ago that they're not
Yeah.
even doing now. Like, just like lowering prices of ebooks, loss leaders and all that stuff. They've only just started doing that now,
Yeah.
whereas that's been done for 10 years in the indie world to to get readers on you in your ecosystem, so to speak.
Yeah. Go on, tell us about your pivot. I saw you posted a Patreon thing, and I was like, oh, I'll ask you about this.
Yeah, well, so I mean, I've had Rob Radcliffe and I've had RJ Radcliffe for a number of years now. Everything used to be under Rob Radcliffe, and I didn't like it. And it wasn't really so much I didn't like it. I was listening too hard to other people's opinions, and those opinions were, oh, it'll mess up your Amazon Autobots. If you're writing in rom-com and you're also writing in time travel. And I thought, oh God, Amazon also bought. Everyone's going on about it. This is really important. I need to get a new pen name, and that's why I had the first 3 books in my Divine series published, and I thought, well, I'll jump on that and I'll turn them into RJ Radcliffe, and I did, which was great. But it's a lot, isn't it? With more than one pen. It's a lot with just being a fucking writer.
Yeah.
But as soon as you decide that you're going to have a pen name, so an extra pen name, you have to do everything twice. You're collecting different kinds of readers and this, that, and the other, to websites, to mailing lists, to only half the amount of time now if you want to write and serve both audiences, and it's fucking stressful.
Yeah.
And what I found that I've done is ignore one, which is
Yeah.
worse.
You do, though.
Yeah. Not just in the writing, because obviously I'll be writing a Rob Radcliffe book, so I won't be writing an RJ Radcliffe book, but also in the marketing. So I was marketing my Divine series, RJ Radcliffe, last year, going quite strong on it. I was doing the TikToks, and before I started being consistent, and I was also doing, because I didn't know how to market Rob Radcliffe on social media at the time. I hadn't figured it out, but I was also marketing on Facebook and I was just doing Facebook ads for my Divine series, thinking, I'll put all the spend onto that, forget about Rob Radcliffe, and that's the thing. It's forgetting about one of them, and it's not just even the series, like forgetting about a series. It's completely shuttering away in my mind one of my pen names. So, and because I've been doing more social media marketing this year, I've just thought, well, I don't really fucking care about Amazon Auto Bots,
No.
because it doesn't matter, and I'm not sure if it even matters anymore with the way marketing is these days. But because back then it was Facebook ads and it was Amazon ads, that was it. But if you want to get weird and wild, and Amazon also Bots, I guess, mattered because
Yeah.
people would like look on your book page and then scroll down and see that this person's also, people who bought this have also bought book 2, 3, 4, and 5. Brilliant. I will buy book 2, 3, 4, and 5. But these days, traffic wise, if you're sending some, it's more like, I don't need pen names. I need different social media like TikTok for each series and each pen name, because that's what I'll be specifically marketing Series X to these people, and then the funnel needs to go through and onto those book pages. So everything can be in one pen name, and that cuts down a few things like mailing lists, funnels that take people to mailing lists. And so this week I've been taking all my books off. I've been killing off RJ Radcliffe, and it's been so time consuming. I didn't realise it would be. I thought, I just need to change the covers. Just put Rob Radcliffe on them, nice and easy. But then, of course, it isn't, because it's the interiors. All that needs to change. I need it all to be in sync with the Rob Radcliffe brand as soon as you open up.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I had Meat Market. I used my vellum as a template, and then redid all my Ladlit ones and make sure all the links are going to the same place. And also, there's now, instead of before I had two for Rob Radcliffe, I had two freebie reader magnets, and for RJ Radcliffe, I had two freebie reader magnets for series. Now it's all just thrown into one bag. These are all my series starters. I'm Rob Radcliffe. This is what I write, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Just that monkey has gone from the shoulder. I only have one monkey now, which is nice. I've still got to change up my website, which is fine, and do a few things. But yeah, it's nice to be doing a Steve Higgs, I guess. I've when I watched him in London, he said, he writes various genres, all under Steve Higgs, and he says, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. Maybe I shouldn't have, but it fucking
It
works,
works.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me pivoting, and the overwhelm's been cut in half because I always suffer from overwhelm of the business side of it, not the writing and
Yeah.
not so much the marketing. So that yeah, it does feel nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I've still got loads to do though. For
Yeah.
instance, I mean another thing like Patreon, that is now just a hub for me, the one author, which is
Yeah.
great. Which
Right.
means I'll use it more. You
Yeah.
know, I'll start writing on it more. And I had a couple of people that found me on TikTok joined one of my tiers as well, and it also means that I can put all my books on there that I'm writing, and I know where I am with it all instead of it just being hidden away on my computer. It's sort of it's there. So yeah, I'm feeling good about this decision until I
Yeah.
until I come up with something else, I guess.
The thing is, readers don't just tend to read one genre. Like they have a favorite genre, but they read lots of. Like I don't just read one genre. I
Yeah,
read loads. Like I like horror, but I also like romance books and Christmas movies. You know, so
exactly the point. I mean, I used to read everything of Ben Elton's, and
yeah,
Ben Elton was he was like I guess it was like mysteries, but very satire. Uh, very contemporary satire, and well, some were mysteries. Like there was a big when Big Brother was massive, there was a murder in the Big Brother house, and despite all the CCTV, no one knew who it was. And then he did what's that other one? He did one that was very Orwellian.
is this the TV presenter? Is that the
Hmm?
same guy? Is this the guy that's the TV presenter? Is it the same guy?
Yeah, he was a TV presenter. He was a stand-up comic. He
Yeah,
wrote The Young Ones. He did loads in the
yeah,
eighties, and then he
yeah.
became a novelist, and
Right.
very satire-esque. But then he also went and wrote a World War II novel, and then he wrote a time travel novel, which is one of my favourite time travel novels. And he wrote in loads of different genres, and I love reading them all. Like you said, you don't just read one genre. And I think
Yeah.
eclectic, is it called? Eclectic?
Eclectic.
Eclectic, yeah. And lots of readers are eclectic.
Yeah.
They will read, like music, you'll have different tastes in music and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's the same
And
with,
then you can pick and choose because, like, one of my favorite authors is Kelly Armstrong, and she writes a thriller series, and I'm not into thrillers. So you know what? I just don't read it.
yeah. Yeah,
I read
exactly.
everything else she writes.
Yeah, exactly. And I do plan to be releasing these thrillers that I have waiting. And to create another pen name as well, it just puts too much pressure and it stops the write. It just stops all creativity because I start
Yeah.
stressing again. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's why I've decided to do this. I've seen a few authors that do this. That their name is the brand. It's not
Yeah.
as much the what series they're writing in. Stephen King does it.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Although he did have a pen name, but then he kind of killed off the pen name.
yeah. So yes, that's what I'm doing, and it feels good. It feels good. Still loads to do, but I'm quite happy with it at the moment. And yeah, I've just set up a new Facebook readers groupie thing, which will be
Yeah.
where I'll send people and this that and the other. So it's all new shiny things and on top of the norm, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you ever thought of doing that? Oh no, because yours is a secret pen name, isn't it?
It is a secret pen name, but yeah, part of my brain has been like, what if I just took it all down and then republished it as me?
Yeah. Because I mean, I think
It's-
marketing wise as well, I was talking to Joe Evans earlier, who's doing massive on TikTok, and he just put a post up on 20 bucks saying that he's made $50,000. It's 20 bucks is 20 to 50k a year, and he hit his 50k mark just on TikTok, just on having two books out and just
Yeah,
doing slideshows. And then he went
yeah.
into a little bit of detail, and I read it, and then I messaged him, and because he was talking about I don't use hashtags. I hate doing hashtags.
Me
Yeah,
too. It's so
and
annoying.
Yeah, and he says, but then at the same time, like everything else, I've seen marketing authoring, marketing gurus on TikTok saying you need to use these hashtags, kind of thing. So again, it's one perspective, another perspective, and his ring's true just because he says I've never used hashtags because the AI will do it for you. The AI wants to find the people, the videos, and providing that you put in the content into your videos or slideshows, it'll do what it does, just like
Yeah.
Facebook ads do, you know.
Yeah. Facebook ads. Yeah.
And I've never thought, I never thought, and I said, yeah, of course, it's it's a
Yeah.
no-brainer, really.
Yeah. Yeah. And the algorithms that we all complain about are they're actually designed to help us.
Yeah, they want you to succeed because then
Yeah, because if you succeed, you keep coming back.
yeah, and they're serving their users, which is
Yeah.
yeah. We are the
Uh,
product. We are the product
exactly.
that we want
Yeah.
to that they want to serve their users. Yeah,
Yeah. It is definitely hard having two pen names. And it is exactly what you say, you forget about one.
yeah. It's because I was releasing books with Rob Radcliffe, but I wasn't because I didn't know because I wasn't marketing them as Bridget Jones from a lad's point of view. I just I just forgot about it. I was still releasing books, but I just wasn't really. I did a few Kickstarters and that, and I'd email my people, but I wasn't really doing much in terms of daily marketing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so now I've changed my RJ Radcliffe TikTok handle to Rob Radcliffe Books, and that will be the Rob Radcliffe Fantasy, which will be that arm, if you like, of the Rob Radcliffe brand.
Yeah.
But I'll be adding a few more as well, I think, and just it's just concentrating on the marketing. Rob Rack, yeah, I don't know. There's still such a lot to do,
There is, yeah.
but
I know
it just
when I did just have one pen name and there's like several series of like pen name, I used to have my promotions on rotation
yeah,
because did have genres that were different
yeah.
and I would rotate who I was advertising.
But yeah, you're doing it now, aren't you? You've got your thrillers and you've got your death dealers under the same name.
Yeah. Yeah. I put them under the same name because I'm like they're both investigation stories, but one's with magic and one's without.
Yeah, and you with pen name X, is it just all very much one genre?
Yeah, it's all fun. Um, it's got a couple of things that aren't really that are random, but mostly it's one genre.
Yeah,
Mostly it's all just fantasy stuff. Yeah. But I was playing with a story and I was like, do I put this under my pen name because it's wildly different because it's like more romancy heavy, or do I just put a random name on it, not doing all the shit goes with it? But then do you know what I see a lot of authors do is to get around this is they will put such and such writing as such and such.
yeah,
When we were at Ireland, Tony Lee was doing a talk and he writes under the name Jack Gatland or Jake Gatland, something like that.
yeah,
But on the cover, it say because Tony Lee's quite famous as I think it's like a radio presenter or stuff, so he
yeah,
didn't want it mixed in. But he has it Tony Lee writing as and then his pen name, so you know it's him, but it's only for I assume algorithm purposes.
yeah. Another thing that one of my favourite authors in the world is Claire North. She does
Yeah.
it's like it's science fictiony kind of thing, not aliens and stuff. Contemporary science fiction, I guess. Would that be a thing? Set in the real world, but some bit Black Mirror. Something's weird.
Yeah.
She did the first 15 lives of Harry August, and she's done Touch, two of my favourite books of all time, and there's a few others. And she's brilliant. I love it. But she also writes as Catherine Webb, and it's more fantasy stuff. Now, had that been under Claire North, I probably would have read it. anyway,
Yeah.
'cause it's Claire North. But because even though I know it's a pen name, and I think she's got two pen names. I've been on the Claire North website, and
Yeah, yeah.
knock down, and then there's all the pen names. I'm just not interested. So I'm obviously into the Claire North brand, but not.
Yeah. And it's
Uh,
funny how it works like, 'cause like Nora Roberts, obviously she writes as Nora Roberts, and she writes, I don't know what you'd call the genre that she writes as, because it's not romance, but it always has romance in it. It's like drama kind of thing.
yeah,
But then she also writes as JD Robb
that's
because
right. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Um, and it's a completely different series. It's a futuristic cop series. I think it's got
yeah,
like 50 books in the series.
yeah,
It's
yeah. I've seen them about.
yeah.
But
But
is
under
she
her Nora
traditional?
Roberts, yeah, but under her Nora Roberts brand, she writes like, normal shit happening to normal people, but then she also writes fantasy under that as well.
Yeah,
Because like, and she's got dystopian, so it's like she keeps the cop stuff under JD Robb, and then everything else goes under Nora Roberts.
yeah. It is weird how different people do it, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh, But yeah, for me, it's all about streamlining is what it's all about, really. Because
yeah,
I want it as streamlined as possible. I've been saying it for 6 months since we've had this podcast together,
yeah,
and I'm still not there. But I think it's more streamlining in my mind than anything else.
yeah,
The mindset, and because once you crack that mindset, you just can just power ahead.
yeah,
But yeah, it's nice to see my name on everything.
yeah,
And also, one of the nice things is because it was Rob Radcliffe and RJ Radcliffe, me moving the RJ Radcliffe books into Rob Radcliffe has kept everything. Because I was ready for completely unpublishing RJ and starting again with
yeah,
no reviews or anything like that. I was ready, but I chatted to Amazon rep first, and they said, no. If as long as everything else, well, I needed to get rid of the paperbacks, which was fine.
yeah,
I archived them, and then metadata wise on the ebook, you can change the name, and because it was
yeah,
similar, they didn't have a problem with that. So I moved that
yeah,
to Rob Radcliffe, and I just need to set up some new print versions of the books and link them to the new Rob Radcliffe Divine
yeah.
ebook, and I'm good to go, which is great. So I get to keep my reviews.
Good.
Yeah. So what have you been doing this week apart from being referee to kids and grandkids?
It's just been chaos. I've saying this week, so on a Tuesday.
Last week
Uh,
as well. It was holidays last week as well.
last week, yeah. I was doing my dictation stuff, but then I was at the dentist, so I got knocked out for that. So there was no dictation happening that day. Uh, I don't really know what I've been doing. Just dealing with life crap's got in the way this past few days.
Right.
Yeah,
So
so I've like,
dictation wise, I did my first dictation the other day. It was
yeah,
just for a newsletter, signed onto Otter AI. Just it wasn't on my mobile. I was just sat at because for some reason I like to figure things out on desktop, even though I never use it on desktop.
yeah,
And then yeah, I had a little chat with myself. It was really bad. It was weird because I couldn't get across what I wanted to say. Whereas had I been typing, I'd have just got across. And I think
yeah,
that's what you've spoken. It's sort of the connect, just practicing the connect.
yeah. But
We
you
got
always need to do something first. So before you actually doing the dictation of the thing you want, dictate something else first.
this was a newsletter.
Yeah.
Uh,
So if you want to dictate your newsletter, dictate like for 5 minutes, just go and dictate a complete stream of consciousness diary entry that you are never doing anything with because it gets you in the frame of mind of what you would do for your
yeah,
newsletter.
yeah. Well, I didn't do that because you
Yeah,
didn't.
so that's what I do it myself. Like I'll just dictate what I want to talk about. So
Yeah,
that's what you could do. You like, just dictate to yourself. I want my newsletter, and I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. Blah blah. and you get it in your head, but it's like when you get a pen that's been stood in a pot and you rub it to get the ink going. You've got to
Yeah.
do that yourself.
Yeah, and also if you're dictating at first just about what you want to speak about, you're setting up markers in your mind, aren't you?
Yeah,
Sort of thing.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
warming up the brain. But I
yeah,
I did a news. Well, it was a Patreon thing, talking about what we've just talked about. Rob Radcliffe killing off RJ Radcliffe, and yeah, it's 14 minutes. I've only got 20 because I'm on the free tier of Otter
yeah.
AI. But it's a bit slow, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't have noticed it had I just had my phone in my pocket and walking the dog dictating. But because I was facing it
I've
coming
not
out,
used the desktop.
yeah, it was a bit slow, and I kept repeating myself, thinking it didn't do it, and then I'd have
Yeah, but it
three.
catches up.
It catches up, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, for 1,100 words in 14 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah,
You might have been faster and better if you weren't watching it.
yeah, I would have been because I
Yeah.
speak quite quick anyway. So if I
Yeah.
was, I, I'm gonna go and walk the dog after this, and I'm just gonna start just keeping in mind the 20-minute. But the one thing that did annoy me is getting
I
it.
think you've got 30 minutes, so you can go to 20 minutes. I go to about 25, 26
Oh, is it
minutes.
30 minutes? Right.
Yeah, so I go to about 25, 26 minutes and then I'll cut it off.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
can just restart. You get, I think it's 300 minutes a month on free that you get,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's loads, isn't it? I mean,
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, if you're cranking out say 2,000 words a session, that takes 20 minutes, if you like.
Yeah.
It's a lot, in it, man. Uh,
Yeah.
a lot of words. The one thing that did annoy me is trying to, because it's each bit, because I wasn't just speaking, I was stopping and starting. It came out on the transcription in front of me as different
Yeah.
speaky bits.
That's fine. Just totally ignore it because once you copy and paste that into
That's
ChatGPT,
what I had trouble with.
so sorts it out. Mine looks an out mess.
Yeah,
Mine will have different, like it'll say speaker one, speaker two, speaker three,
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah,
That's what I
ignore
had
it.
problem with. I had trouble
Yeah,
with because
yeah,
grabbing it all because it
yeah.
was just letting me copy and paste each line. But I managed to
You
grab it
can
all.
you
But
can
then
do
it
it.
wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me copy it into Scrivener. So I had to open up an Apple Pages and copy it in there and then
Yeah,
redo it, which is a bit weird.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, yeah. Don't look at that. Just copy it as a big chunk and chuck it into whatever what your Word or whatever you use, and
yeah.
then
And then
throw that chunk into ChatGPT because it knows if you tell it.
yeah, well, yeah, because I mean, ChatGPT, you have your your little conversations on the sidebar. So I guess you
Yeah,
just open up the one that you've chatted about, saying I'm going to be giving you this, sort
yeah,
it out
yeah,
like this, and then you just paste it in there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. And you can if you know because I do it because I know I'm gonna throw it into chat for it to fix it up. If I want to give it an instruction, I will pause and then put the instruction in my dictation.
so it'd read that as an instruction.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll like go chat GPT, please, I don't know, give me a random name here. If I
Ah,
just want,
great.
yeah, and it will.
It just
So like,
shows, yeah, it just
yeah,
shows this AI is as big as your
yeah.
imagination in what you want it to
Exactly. Yeah.
do, doesn't it? Yeah,
You can use it for all sorts. I mean, I do use it for all sorts, but you
yeah.
can use it as all sorts. Yeah. I'm using it as my what I have been doing these past week is editing Jigsaw Girl. Like I've really got into editing that and I've been using ChatGPT for that. Not to do the editing, but I've been throwing the chapters in and saying, have I got all the police procedure right?
Yeah, that's
Is
it. You
this what
mentioned
we're-"
that last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I've ended up with new chapters and there's even now like I threw a chapter in this morning um and I've said because they've just interviewed the girl's boyfriend and I've gone, this is the next chapter I've got, is this right? And they go, no, what he would want to act on is this part because it's really urgent. I'm like, cool. So I know I've got to go and put a new chapter in there, so it's a really good rain buddy.
yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit still analog in a digital world, if you like, when it comes to actually using it as I do use it as I mean the uh, on Photoshop, it's fucking amazing the
Yeah.
generative fill, if you like. So what I'll do is it used to when I used to do covers, it'd take forever to do like the so you get have the front cover, but then whatever the background is, that's going to move into the spine and also the back
Yeah.
cover, say,
Yeah.
and that's loads more to do. Whereas with the AI generative fill, you just literally crop that all,
That's it.
click generative fill. It understands what you've done and gives you a bit more of
Yeah.
a. That's what I did with Tony's covers. You know, I
Yeah.
moved them
Yeah.
down, up and down, and so as, yeah. But as ChatGPT, I do need to start using it more, making it become part of my,
Oh,
making it become my assistant.
he's literally my assistant in everything. Like,
Yeah,
even down to planning out my food and the shopping I want. It was like on Saturday morning, I was like, I want to eat this kind of meals, and I've got this in my house. Give me a meal plan for 7 days. And I literally did.
so it's like ready, steady, cook,
Yeah.
chef.
And it's great because like yesterday, I was like, I can't remember what I had for dinner, so I just typed in what's for dinner today, and it went, oh, you're on a curry. And I was like, oh, cool. Can you give me the recipe to that? And it gave me the recipe, and I was like, okay, I've got it. I'll
Yeah,
go cook.
man.
And it just can't do the cooking.
Yeah. So you could go ChatGPT, have 5 eggs, some flour, 3
I've literally gone
bananas.
in. I've gone in and I've dictated, right? Stood at my kitchen cupboard, dictated the contents of my cupboard and my freezer. You know, you get to a point where you're like, I've got so much food in, but I don't know what to
Yeah.
make. And I've put it into ChatGPT, the dictator list. And this is what I've got. What can I make? And obviously, I've gone, I'm vegan, so please, give me this, that.
Oh, you're vegan?
Yeah. So I tell it
Yeah.
that, because otherwise it starts telling me to add chicken. And I'm like, no. Or actually, even its favourite one, I have to tell it not to put quinoa in, because as soon as I say the word vegan, it's like, oh, you like quinoa? I'm like, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Tofu! Tofu salad!
Yeah, and avocado. I'm like, don't put that shit on my plate.
Yeah. So what?
So I
How long have you been vegan for? You weirdo.
don't. Like 6 years now.
Six
But
years. Why? Why did you decide to be vegan?
it was an accident.
Hey?
It was an accident. I did
What? You
actually.
fell and ate a cabbage and went, yeah, that's me. That's me for the rest of my
I was
life.
I was looking for a recipe and came across a vegan channel who happened to have a recipe for what I was after.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is really cool. And then, so I'm like, I actually like the way they present. So, you go down a rabbit hole of just watching their
Yeah.
people's videos. So I did that and ended up watching a lot of their things. And I was like, huh. So it started making me think about it all. And then and then they recommended this documentary, which I watched. And after watching that, vegan overnight.
Right. Is Tony vegan as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you drink beer?
Yeah. But Stella's vegan.
Pardon?
Stella is vegan.
You only drink
Apart from the
Stella.
cider. Apart from the cider's not vegan. It's got fish in
Quite
it.
quite a lot of lagers aren't vegan, and it's because of the it's this fish gut thing that they put into the
Yeah.
process that clears it basically,
Yeah.
which is a bit
Yeah,
weird.
I know it's weird. They've got fish in it. It's mostly ciders that are
Uh,
not vegan.
Ciders aren't vegan. That apple juice thing
Yeah.
isn't
They're the
vegan.
ones with the fish in it. It's like dead weird, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a couple of beers. Foster's is what I mean. No one wants to fucking drink Foster's
Fosters. Who
anyway.
drinks Fosters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one actively drinks that shit anyway. But yeah, I know there's a few that aren't.
Yeah. But I'm also not militant about it. I'm like,
You're not
whatever.
militant about it. I did
No.
a YouTube video years ago, and proper went like you said like down a rabbit hole kind of because I wanted to make sure all my facts were correct while I took the piss out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I agree with everything. These militant vegans. I agree with everything. The amount of farmland, the fact that you can to get 2 duck breasts, you have to feed and water that thing that could have been used to feed and water times 100. It just blows your mind. Like a cow. To rear that cow and the amount of water that it'll drink and the amount of food you have to feed it to get it to be the cow that you then slaughter and turn into steaks. There's far more food that you could have had just taking the cow out of the equation, you know?
I can't decide whether you're on the vegan side there or the meat
No,
eating.
I agree with everything. Also, like all the deforestation,
Yeah, it's like
of the
my
world,
son-in-law. My,
and it's
my
just
son-in-law.
ridiculous.
No, my son-in-law will have a joke with me, and he's like, "I'm going to eat this steak." I'm like, "You eat that steak?
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
mean,
eat."
I do agree with all of it, but I fucking love steak.
I. It was one of the things when I went vegan. My friend's like, "How can you not love a bacon butty?" I'm like, "I love bacon.
Yeah,
I just don't want to eat it.
yeah.
You eat your bacon butty. I'm not going
So what do you have instead of bacon butty? Just like a nothing
to."
muffin.
Fake bacon,
Oh, have you
basically.
seen it though? The fucking fake bacon. You see it in the shops, and it's like a child's drawn it.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't eat a lot of the processed stuff because it's just shit. It's
Yeah,
just chemicals. So yeah, I don't.
yeah,
I just if I want a bacon butty, if I'm really craving a bacon butty, then I'll have just
yeah.
a plant-based version. But I don't tend
But
to.
also like milk and butter, right? Milk is for baby cows.
Yeah.
It's the mum's milk for baby cows. So why, if you think about it in this kind of way, why the fuck is another species then gone? Oh, I'll be that.
It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah,
But I mean, I was on plant milks way before I was vegan anyway. So
yeah. I
yeah,
think like what was it when I need to think what like when I was doing all the research on it. It was a time when there wasn't as many calories around, so people started drinking the milk to top up the calories because they were starving back in caveman days or whenever you like, whenever it was, and then it did become part of the diet. But it's weird like that,
no,
I'm
I
gonna
got
I will drink the stuff that you produce for your child, and then eat your child and you.
Yeah, I got banned from a vegan group once because there was someone that joined and he was like, "I really want to go vegan, but I really like cheese." And I'm like, "Well, go vegan, but keep the cheese. 99% vegan is better than not vegan." Oh my God, I got a private message. You need to leave the group. I'm like, "Shut up."
Why? Because
And
of
I'm
the
like,
cheese.
because I was promoting dairy. I'm like, "I'm not." I'm like, "But the you know, it's better to be 99% something than not at all."
Can you
Because
like
that's my point of view. So many people will say to me, I would go vegan, but I would miss this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, go vegan and keep that in your diet then. No one says you can't eat. I know you're technically not vegan, but,
yeah?
who
Can
says
you
it's going to be
I mean, you can do
yeah,
anything, can't you? It's fucking your body.
yeah,
But like cheese, do you not get like almond cheese and like
yeah,
almond milk and soy milk and all that bullshit? Do-
you do.
But
It's not as, yeah, I mean, I was the kind of person that used to stand in the kitchen with a bag of grated cheddar and eat like a bag of crisps.
yeah,
Kind of thing. But yeah, there's vegan cheese out there and it's coming on all right. But again, it's just shit. It's just chemicals and crap.
a crisp vegan,
Huh?
a
Yeah.
crisp, yeah. So you
Apart
can
from the
have
cheese,
smoky bacon crisps.
I can have smoky bacon crisps, I can have prawn cocktail, I can have beef crisps, they're all vegan.
Yeah. So what is it when you This is really really good. I mean,
We're completely off topic
yeah.
today.
What is it when you only eat fish? What's that one?
That pescatarian, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, I could do that because I
Yeah.
love seafood. I could give up my steak and my bacon butties as long as I could still eat my calamari and my king prawns
Yeah.
and my fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But is a vegan fish like a alternate
Yeah, yeah, you can get like plant-based salmon. I had for Mother's
plant-based
Day.
salmon?
Yeah,
It
I had
sounds
actually
fucking mental.
for Mother's Day we went out to the olive tree and I had vegan calamari, so
Right. But that will actually be rubber bands, won't it?
no, it was made with shiitake mushrooms.
Jesus Christ.
It was nice. Yeah.
So, like, if you go into your AI, say you've got like a broccoli, a can of kidney beans, and a lettuce, and you go to AI and say, "I want a vegan steak." Will it show you how to make it into a vegan steak?
I mean, it'd probably tell you that you need to go and buy some more ingredients, but yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just how I do my. He was like, I could do it this way, and he could tell me and help me and save me some bloody time.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking vegan. I can remember when I was Tindering, I went on. I mean, you never really talk about food, but I met this girl for a date, and she was vegan, but fortunately she wasn't militant
Yeah.
because I would have had so much fun then. But she wasn't, and so she didn't mind the fact that I was, having. I think I was having ribs or something while she was eating fuck all, because half a salad or something. Yeah. But I do. I agree with all the military. I understand all the arguments and I agree with them. But I love barbecues, and there's no
Yeah.
way I'm putting fake fucking. Have you seen the sausages as well? Vegetarian sausages.
The Richmond ones, they do a really good, nice one. That's a really good um, vegan sausage. They've
Yeah.
done them so well, actually, that the meat eaters can't tell when they're mixed in with the normal ones.
Yeah, but that's true. I mean, there was I had a vegan they used to work with, and she like came and gave me some vegan food. I didn't realise. I thought they were just some out of the kitchen that they're handing around, and it was it was fine until I found
Yeah.
out it was vegan.
Well, we've got the most off topic we've ever gone off topic.
Hmm?
We've got the most off topic ever.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think everyone expects that now. Please let us know if you're vegan or if you're a meat eater, or if you're pescatarian or if you're vegetarian. Is there only four of them? I'm sure there's different ones.
Sorry,
What
no,
else is
because
there now?
there's people that only eat poultry.
People that only eat poultry.
Not only eat poultry, but won't eat red meat.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
there's fruitarian.
Fruitarian. That
Yeah.
you get sick of that, wouldn't you? What
I
do they have against an onion?
Yeah, you can be fruitarian. There's a carnivore diet where you don't eat any vegetables.
No.
I've seen people eating they have this like the raw meat diet. I'm like, this is
What?
gonna give you food poisoning. The raw meat diet.
There's meat. I mean, you can eat red meat raw.
Yeah, but well, not really. You can't eat lamb raw. That's a
Hmm?
red meat. You can't eat lamb raw. Don't
You
think.
you can eat cow raw.
You can, but it still
Can't
carries
eat
its
pork.
risks. Yeah, it still carries the risks. But no, they eat chicken raw, and they talk about
Chicken
how
raw. Do they just
they
want to
talk
die?
they talk about how you eventually get used to it, so it doesn't make you sick anymore. I'm like, why?
Is that before or after you die?
Yeah. You stick to your raw chicken. It's fine.
Because chicken goes off dead quick, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, fucking raw chicken.
Imagine I was reading that in America that it's like the law. It's not the law. It's legal to sell poultry that has salmonella because it's down to the individuals to cook the salmonella out, and if they get salmonella, it's their own fault for not cooking it properly.
What kind of cop out is that?
I know. I'm not sure if it's chicken, but it's definitely all the turkeys. Yeah, it's just random shit I was reading.
I mean, I don't mind raw meat, like steak and stuff.
You
I
see, I
like,
was never a steak eater.
yeah,
Anyway.
not so much like raw mince. You always think, no. I mean, even when I cook, I don't cook like fully through. I like the blood and stuff on,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I don't think I'd eat raw pork or something like that. And that is what our listeners want to know, obviously.
Yeah. So back on topic, pivoting. Well, we pivoted
Well, yeah, it's about pivoting, and we pivoted. Yeah.
completely. What time are we at? I can't even see. I don't even know how I'm looking. My glasses are on my head.
We've done 32 minutes of this one. Yeah.
2 minutes.
So, what other business decisions have you made, like where you've had to pivot or you've decided that keep fucking hitting this thing? So, whatever business decision.
Cover changes that
Let me
drive
do that
me.
again because I fucking whacked my mic halfway through. So, what other business decisions have you made in your authoring career that you've either pivoted or you've decided, no, I'm not doing that, I'm doing this now?
I've had ones where I actually had a book up, and I've written it, published it, and it was niggling at me. And you know when something, like your subconscious knows there's something wrong, And I'm like, I'll leave it, I'll leave it. And then I got a couple of reviews based on what was niggling me. And I'm like, nah. So I took it down and completely rewrote it
Uh,
and changed it completely. So there's that. There's changing book covers as well. It drives me up the wall. I want to keep up with the trends in covers.
yeah, I was thinking about you the other day actually. When you said like you haven't got as many paperbacks out for all your books and stuff like that because I'm changing bits. Although the covers on my Ladlit ones aren't. The only thing that's changing is the the imprint brand name like on the
Yeah,
back. So it means I need to do the whole thing again, and also because I've changed the interiors a little bit, so I've got kind of like a template of what the interior is going to be. It means it's either got less or more pages, so I had to
yeah.
go through all my books and put that sort of template in for them. So it's meant doing these, and it took me a long time. Even though I'm like quick on Photoshop, banging all the elements in to get it all right, it took ages to like, I mean, the series ones, especially because like I'd have to get Meat Market say and bring it over to the race that I'm doing now to make sure everything's in line and in this, that, and the other. Yeah, I don't blame the fact that you're not kind of getting all your books
It's just
paperbacks and printed
so,
and
so much, and you've got it. You don't realize when you make a change that it like ripples through everything, through the interiors of all your books.
yeah.
If you've got, I don't know if you do it in yours, whether you have both series listed and and you're also by author, do you have it like in your meat market, do you say also Rob writing as RJ
Well, I've got
Radcliffe?
what I've done now because obviously I've got four series under Rob Radcliffe now. I've got all my books. I've got all my books listed, which looks really impressive. But
Yeah.
and then whichever series it is, I have those ones up first, and then the next. So depending which series it is, they'll be in a different order. But that's it. But like you said, when I release Checking Out in June, that's a new book
Yeah.
that I'd have to go through all. But I'm not going to bother. Every time you get a new book and you have to change all of it out. Although I think Vellum have got something to do. Yeah, I think Vellum has. I remember the guys who run Vellum that they were talking about a few new things, and I haven't stayed on top of all the new bits and bats that Vellum do. But there's one thing like front matter and back matter. I don't need to host it instead of, but I don't know how they do it. But then you just change this one, and it'll change it through all your
Oh
books.
yeah. It's
But
really good.
that'd only be ebook, and you'd still have to upload them yourself. So I guess it doesn't really. It's only saving a few minutes
It's
here or
on
there, isn't
your
it?
if you've not used it, it's on your local files. So I've done it where I've had a box set
Yeah,
and so when you make your box set, you just drag all the books in, don't you? All the vellum files. Have you
yeah,
ever made a box set in vellum?
yeah,
You drag them all in. And then say on book 3 for whatever you decide to fix a load of typos. If you open the box set up, it'll come up and ask you to update those pages.
right, yeah,
And it'll pull it over. The only thing is you've got to have it in the same location. Or you can go and like locate it and it'll pull it up. But it is handy for that, so you don't have to like go and track it down.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've done any major pivots like deleting everything and stuff.
Well, like deleting everything and starting again.
Yeah, I don't think I've done anything major.
Kind of fucking mental how to do that, eh?
All right.
Yeah, for me, it's just streamlining. I mean, and just keeping that. I don't know why I get so overwhelmed. It must just be me, because
That's like
I'm
a million tasks.
yeah,
Every new release you have, and it's just come after you've just had a new release because every new release has got like 30 tasks you've got to do, and they might only be little,
yeah,
but you've got to, and a lot of them you've got to do them in an order. And so you've got all these little dominoes that you're like, I need to do that one and that one. It just like, it's a mess.
yeah. And then you've done one out of order. And you're like, fuck, I have to go back and do this. So
Yeah,
this makes sense to do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. And
yeah,
then when you've got 20 odd books and all of them have millions of little steps with it.
yeah. Well, I counted all my books, and my checking out book that's out next, I've always had it as a series, like a little mini series, and it was because there's like four episodes of the series, if you like. because I think it's 200,000 words long,
Mm.
180,000, so it's cut up. Uh, but now I've decided just to have it as the novel that's out. Thinking page reads, yeah, and but that also means that I counted them as books, so I had 22 books out, but now I've only got 18, which is a bit shit. 19,
Yeah.
18, 19. So I'm not even up to my 20 books yet.
That's why you're not
It's
on
fine.
50k.
Yeah, it's fine though. Yeah. So what are your plans for the week moving forward, writing
Uh,
wise?
I think I have to pause my dictation thingy just because it's so busy. But it's that. So it mostly is head down getting Jigsaw Girl edited. I've got into a good role with it now.
Right. So when you've edited it and it's how you like it, do you think it'll be more or less? Uh,
It's gonna be more words definitely. I
How
mean, I've
how big
added.
is it? How big is
It was already like 100k
right?
in words. So yeah, I've added 4 chapters so far, and I'm
That's
up
what
to
I do. I'm an adder. I'm not a
yeah.
taker awayer. I'm an adder.
No, no, there's bits I've taken away, but mostly it's like bits I didn't realize I needed in there. So like I didn't have the DCI went to the post-mortem because I thought over here they didn't. And when I asked chat, he was like, no, in the UK they do it. You just don't see it on the shows. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay. So I had the scene with him going to do the post-mortem. So it's just bits like that. But yeah, but it feels better.
that's the thing. I mean, like, if it feels better for you, then it does away with that niggle, and you're happy
Yeah,
with it. Readers probably wouldn't care either
don't
way.
care. No,
No,
and I don't promote it. One, because it is the first book and I don't have the second book out, but also because it niggles at me that it doesn't feel like it's right.
yeah,
Feels like it needs something to go over it. So going over it is making it feel like it's good.
yeah. I've never promoted the race, which is actually the first Ladlit book that I ever wrote, and then I wrote Meat Market, and because I don't like it, and it's not really anything that niggles at me. It's just I know that the next books are better.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I loved it when I wrote it, uh, and readers seem to like it as well. But it's although I remember getting one review for it scoffing because they're running around and they're finding it difficult to communicate with each other, like getting lost and all the rest of it on the piss in Greece. Why have none of them got a mobile phone? And why are they talking about things like 9/11? Because I wrote it when that was fucking relevant. I, I don't care that it was published in 2023. It was. Do you know what I mean?
That's what it's set, yeah.
Yeah, it's set. I mean, I don't even need to say where it's set because other than mobile phones not being in the story, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, some people don't pick up on the weirdest of things.
Yeah, yeah. One of my funniest things is in my paranormal romance ones. They picked up on something it's not real. And they were like, "It's not realistic." And I'm like, "Because the werewolves are."
Yeah, your magic's not real.
Yeah.
Your magic's not
It was so
realistic.
stupid. It was something that humans do, and it's not realistic like that. And I'm like, "But you're reading about werewolves."
Is it a vegan werewolf? That wouldn't be realistic.
No, no, there's plenty of slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no vegan werewolves in there.
Maybe you should do that.
Vegan werewolf. Do you know what? I really hate that though. There was a wave of vampire books where they don't have the vampires drink human blood and they only have animal blood. You know, it was I think it was during the Twilight phase.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if you're gonna have a vampire, make them a vampire. Like,
Yeah.
don't fucking half-arse it and be scared of the thing that makes them vampires. So when I write my vampires, it's gore.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's where you get your blood from, and then you go and have your lettuce
yeah.
sandwich.
Well, I'll eat my hummus sandwiches while I'm ripping the.
Hummus sandwich. I fucking hate hummus. Oh.
I love hummus.
And then
While I'm ripping the sheep apart on a thingy.
do you put like almond butter on it or something? Oh
Oh
god.
God, no, it's just hummus.
Do you not miss Lurpak though? You must miss
A
Lurpak.
vegan Lurpak, and it tastes just like I remember.
How? No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It's fine. It's nice. Actually, the nicest one is Flora Buttery.
So like if you're cooking with those, mate, back on veganness, if you if you're cooking your child drawn fucking bacon,
I don't cook with any fat or oil, and I
right?
never
So
did.
pretend you did, right?
And I didn't when I was meat eater.
And right, well, pretend you did. So and you get your vegan butter, which is it's mushed up carrot or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So would would it burn a lot lower on heat? I imagine, or do you know what I mean?
Well, I
Like,
think it's pretty much the same. I've not.
but you've never done it, so you wouldn't know.
No,
No.
I'm just guessing. I don't cook with oil, so
This episode we're gonna have on YouTube. We're gonna have loads of comments about vegan stuff.
yeah.
No one's going to be asked about pivoting in the art of author business. You're going to have
So
recipes. We're going to have all sorts.
that was probably my biggest pivot was going vegan, and I literally did it overnight as well.
Yeah. Is that when you started writing about vampires? That might be
That was
subconscious.
really. Do you know what's really funny when I went vegan is how many people in my real life fell out with me,
Right.
and then
Not to
they
do with them.
start yeah, and they got mad at me and I'm like whatever, and like wouldn't come round for food, and I'm like I'll cook you something, it's
Yeah.
fine, you can yeah.
Yeah.
People are
Oh,
just
I'm not your friend anymore. Why? Because we used to be lamb chop buddies and now we're not. Right.
it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Like people actually think vegans are militant, and when I went vegan, I'm
Some
like,
are.
no,
Some are. But
some are.
others
Absolutely.
actually have lives.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
care. I mean, I do care, obviously, but I'm never going to get you to give up your barbecue by beating you around the head, am I?
No.
You'll give it up if you
I mean,
want
you'll be
to.
too weak anyway because you're getting no fucking calories. So.
My joke is I'm proof you can be a fat vegan. That's all I'm saying, because people always go vegans are like look malnourished. I'm like, do I look malnourished to you?
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I was saying now.
So what
Yeah,
do you
but
eat? Did you drink a lot, like alcohol wise? What do you drink?
I drink probably beer is my thingy.
Beer. A
Yeah,
lot of ales now are vegan, aren't they?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things I don't check. I'm like, it's whatever. Like I say, gonna, I'm not like, oh my God, because I would never be able to take medication because there is not a medication ever that is vegan.
Yeah.
Every single medication you take is tested on animals, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, they've all got steak in for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right. I think, yeah, it's definitely been half and half this one, hasn't it?
yeah.
I'm not sure what to name it when I edit it.
Just
Chat
call
about
it,
veganism.
just call it pivoting.
Yeah, pivoting in conversation as well. How's your Substack coming along?
Pivoting with a dash of hummus.
Yeah.
I haven't actually written on it the last week. I don't know about you, but if my life goes to chaos, everything falls apart from the main project I'm working on.
Yeah. No, for me, everything does.
Yeah. Well, to be fair,
It's an
that has
excuse, isn't it? You just
yeah,
give yourself an
yeah.
excuse. Yeah.
I can probably say to you, apart from yesterday today, I hadn't worked on Jigsaw Girl for like days before because like it just got complete chaos and I
Yeah.
was like, my brain's not thinking. Everything fell apart.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go and walk the dog and do some. I need to fucking finish this book really. So this Easter book.
You've only got a few days.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I've moved it forward. It doesn't matter. It's.
It's a
I
post-Easter book.
I feel like I shouldn't have even put it up. It's not even a story I want to write. It was just the idea of having these separate novellas. It's not. So I might cheat. I might do some own shit. I don't. I'm not sure I should say now. What if Amazon are listening? I've done it before as well. I've half-assed the book. I've then so that you know, when it comes off pre-order, it's live, and then straight away I've fucked it off again.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so
Sometimes I think books are just good ideas, and then we
yeah.
start writing them and realizing
And
that's
it's
all
a
it
new
was.
shiny thing then, so you jump on
Yeah,
it, and then you put it on pre-order, and you fuck then, you kind of like
yeah,
tethered
yeah.
yourself. But that's
I
why you
was
don't do pre-orders,
can't
isn't
remember,
it?
can't remember what it was I was reading. It wasn't on writing, but it was a Stephen King thing, and he was talking about the Mr. Mercedes series.
Yeah,
And it was like sometimes you'll start a story and you'll get 1,000 words into it, and you'll realize that all it was you having a good idea. You get into it, it's loads of shit, you put it in the bin.
yeah,
But because he was writing Mr. Mercedes. I don't know if you've read those
yeah.
books. So you know the whole scene where it starts and the Mercedes drives into the people at the job fair
Right at the beginning.
right at the beginning. Well,
That
that
wasn't that a short story at first?
yeah. So it was inspired. He was in a hotel and he was watching the news, and there was a woman who had seen the woman her husband had been having an affair with in a queue for something like McDonald's.
Yeah,
So she drove into the queue to kill her,
yeah,
basically, and that was where his idea came from. And he was writing the short story, and then it's just gone. And now he's got 5 books with
yeah.
the characters. If you've read the other ones that go with it as well.
No, I've only read. No, actually, do you know what? I haven't read them. I know about that because I watched an interview with him, and he was talking about that,
Yeah.
that particular scene, and
Yeah, well,
obviously,
I think it's in the back of the book and the afterword where it probably is in there, where he talks about that some ideas are just never meant to be born, and it's fine. You just go and play with them, and you're like, nah, it's rubbish, and
yeah.
it's
So I
okay.
mean,
You get rid of it.
with this resurrection one, I think it was just an idea. I'm so glad that I didn't put them all on pre-order.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, but even what I've got, I know it sort of belongs in other books, proper
yeah,
novels.
yeah.
So yeah, I think I might have to cheat and just so I don't lose my pre-orders. And from after I've done my checking out one, which is the last one that's on pre-order this year, I'm gonna have the whole book ready before I put on pre-order next year.
Yeah, I've made myself do that now. I refuse to put a book on pre-order unless I've got the
Yeah.
file
Although,
because
well, I say I might. I've got a Christmas one, and I've done half of it. But after my Divine one's out, Divine 5, because I'm going to cheat with this novella. After Divine Five's out in the middle of the year, I can just focus on that one book, and it'll definitely be out until for Christmas. I don't even know if it's going to be a novella or a novel.
yeah,
So I think I might put that on pre-order, but we'll see.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's yeah. I'm going to go and have myself a broccoli sandwich now.
Okay, I'm gonna go make a tea.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always chatting. It feels like I can talk to you for ages.
Yeah, I know, just for ages, but we did talk last week. Because I was
Yeah.
at my daughter's house.
So you next week you need to come up
Look
with
at
a
that.
topic.
Look at that with the speedy internet though. It's 99% uploaded.
I know usually like I know it doesn't come through on YouTube because like I tied it all up 4K or the rest of it. But usually you look like a Mario character when we have these chats. You know,
Yeah.
with it being live. But yeah. So yeah, you need to come up with a topic and not one like dialogue. We need to like talk about it beforehand and not wing it like last time. That was I edited it though, and it's all right. It's not as bad as it felt.
I know, because it felt like we were like, oh my God, I don't know what we're
It
talking
felt
about.
like we were just going, fuck, yeah. But anyway, I thought there'd be loads to say, but like once we'd said a bit, there wasn't really that much left, was there?
No.
Dialogue, fucking write it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it's bad, edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, right. That's it. Have a good
All right.
week.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us, join the group.
Join the group, ask us questions. When we're going to do a guest one?
Oh, we had loads. We had loads of people that said they want
We've got a
to.
list now, haven't we?
Yeah,
People.
yeah, but it happened during my everything fall apart time, so I need to message people and ask
Yeah.
them.
We'll have to put them in a pot and do it live on not live, but you know, we'll have to make a pot and
Have you
not
booked
make
your
a
ticket?
pot. We can just get one and put names in and pull one out.
Have you booked your ticket for Ireland? Because they put them on sale now.
Yeah. No, I haven't. So
Yeah, 'cause you can pay for it over the year, so you can just go and pay a deposit.
yeah, I'll have to. I'll have to do that as well, won't I?
Yeah, 'cause it's on the early bird price, so go and get it.
Yeah, I will. I will have a look at that.
And then inform Shan that you're in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day. She should
I've,
come along. She'd have a good time. It's not all authors are dicks.
she's proper like from the first time that we went, and the one author. I mean, there's a couple of authors that I knew, mates and stuff, and we're all, she's chatting with them. But then this one author said, "So what do you write?" And she said, "Oh no, I'm here with my partner." And she went, "Oh," and turned away. That's proper put her off.
You see, I was chatting to Celeste Barkley. She's an author, and Kelly. And I think we kind of like flitted between talking about author and then just talking about the most random shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
see if she wants to come.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
But,
everyone in that sense.
it's on St. Paddy's Day this year, though, isn't it? Next year.
No, so I thought it was, but actually the 2 days are after. But there's like a networking thing that's on St. Paddy's Day. So St. Paddy's Day is everyone at
The
the
piss
pub.
up, you mean?
Yeah,
I like the networking things.
networking event with alcohol.
Right, okay, yeah. So the piss up. So that's me not making the fucking first day, isn't it?
Yeah.
When I start enjoying myself, do you know what I need to do? I need to go on like non-alcoholic beer because it tastes exactly the same, and all
Yeah.
people need to buy me them, and I'll be fine because I drink really quick and
Yeah.
then get pissed.
So every time anyone buys you a drink, we'll buy you non-alcoholic, and then you only buy yourself the alcohol, and you'll not know,
Yeah,
and it'll be
get me a bottle of non-alcoholic Peroni. I mean, again, but that's 2 sips in it, and then it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
Me worried about being too pissed. It's ridiculous. Don't drink, Rob. You're a fucking adult.
I just have Coke.
Acts like a cult. Could you imagine though,
As in Coca-Cola. I'm not recommending drugs to you.
walking into a bar? It's a little bit nerve-wracking because of all these people coming up to you because they recognise you for some reason, and you don't know them. And I'm on a Coke. Nah,
You can just tell them there's vodka in it. They would never know.
no. I would. I'd know. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'll get on the island thing. I really don't know if I'm going to come to London though.
I'm 2 ways London, but Ireland was such a good thing.
Yeah.
It was just the shit around the conference was amazing.
Yeah. It's just because of the London one was the network. The London one was the Tuesday night.
Yeah.
That was what made it. I mean, the conference. It's sort of knew it all anyway. Not to be all big-headed, but you do.
Yeah.
If you listen to enough
You've
podcasts,
been
you
in it
know.
long enough, you know it.
Yeah, but the networking event on the second night, on the first night was brilliant. And for them to not have that, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
If I'm going to bother.
But the island one, because you're all in the same hotel and you can't go anywhere, it literally is a whole networking thing.
Yeah, I like that.
A piss up with going to lectures in between.
Hey, say it again.
It's a piss up with going to lectures in between, and they feed you.
And the Fiji, yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, and it was a really nice 3-course meal we all had together, and it's all part of your ticket.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. London, I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Right, that is it for this week, and I shall see you in a bit.
All right.
Toodles.
Bye.